catalog. And you need to read this many times from the front cover to the back cover. There's a ton of information here that's super, super important. So if you have yours with you, let's just kind of go through it. I'm going to go through it quickly because I have other things I want to talk about as well. So there's lots of new marketing tools, and a lot of them don't cost us anything. The company really has a nice blueprint for success, and you want to take advantage of all the tools that are possible. So right now, everyone needs new catalogs. And if you're not at a point where you want to buy a whole case of catalogs, that's fine. You can get a couple of packs of catalogs. I recommend you get the plastic covers that go on the catalogs. Those catalogs aren't going to walk at your shows. Like, people tend to be a little more respectful of them and will put them back. So your investment is going to go a lot further. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check with your manager, check with me after. But you definitely want to invest in some new catalogs. And great new marketing materials, obviously using the new purple color. However, don't feel that you have to go out and get everything purple. Have current supplies, feel comfortable using those. We're in business to make money. You do want to continue to make some, investments in your business, but don't go out and feel like you have to get a new tablecloth, new everything. Just as it makes sense, you can start incorporating these things. So don't freak out that you have to just go all purple right away. But definitely invite in the mini catalog. This is like your best friend. You need definitely at least a package of these, if not two. Make sure that you put your name on everything. I know it sounds simple, but I even found myself today. I got my hair cut. The person wanted a new catalog, and I'm like writing my name. Because I didn't have any labels, and I just got everything new myself. But make sure your info is on everything. Do not hand out catalogs left and right to people. A 100-page catalog that's a big investment for us. So you want to tease them. You don't want to give them everything. You want to date them before we marry them at the show. Okay? So these are great. It's a nice teaser. Photography in this is really wonderful, and it really tells a nice story about Leah Sophia. So these are nice. Don't shove them in your purse. Put them in like a baggie. So when you do pull them out, they're not all dog-eared and have lipstick and, a lollipop stuck to it. Okay? The other thing, there's new invitations. Definitely invest in some of those. And maybe the Live the Dream, because that's a nice recruiting piece to have, and those are so inexpensive to invest in. And of course, all the electronic marketing materials. If you haven't communicated via an e-marketing flyer, do that. All your database is there for you to use, and don't be afraid to send that out on a monthly basis or even twice a month. Especially now that we can, have this type of sale in these added items. It's another way to communicate with your customers. And I think sometimes we feel like apologetic and we don't want to do it too often. How many people get an LL Bean email every day? Does it make you upset? No. I like just to see it. And eventually, when something's like, an 80% off sale, all right, I'll open that one. But, so don't be afraid to keep offering, because you never know when the timing is right. And until they tell you that they don't want it anymore, keep sending it to them. The other thing that's really exciting is this new marketplace. So lots of great tools for our business. But once again, don't go crazy. Don't break the bank until it makes sense to make some investments, if you so choose to do so.
Seth?
Yes?
Just real quick, on the back of that, there's a free shipping offer until the end of the month.
Until $70 or more until July 31st.
So they pointed that out when it was done.
Okay, so that is good. And let's see what else. So the e-newsletters, stay on top of those. Web classes. There's so much going on right now in the business. You need to take the time to educate yourself. Schedule. Open up your calendars and decide when you want to do your own continuing education. If you just wait until you find the time, you're never going to find the time. You have to make the time. So I really And that's when you're going to kind of delve into all those things that you're like, oh, I'll click on that later. Oh, I'll look at that later. Schedule the time to do it.
And you know what, Sally?
You have to be the expert.
I don't mean to interrupt, but there's a calendar I loved. Did you notice that? The calendar in there, every day is like a new thing, what you should do for your business, and a lot of it has to do with web class today. Click on Elena's thing today. I don't know if you saw that. I just noticed that the other day. It's great.
So pay attention to all the tools. Now, the other thing, if you really want to digest this information, are all the facts. Because the catalog, on first glance, a lot of people have been saying, oh, those are a little pricey. However, you have all the facts. 44% of the catalog is still under $35, okay, which is great. And 61% is under $50. So it's still a very affordable product line. So that's important to know. And so all those doodads are in here. And Dress for Success. If you order nothing else, order the Dress for Success piece. It's gorgeous. Denise is wearing it. And it's a nice piece you want to highlight at your shows.
So, excuse me, for the new girls, can you just talk about what the Dress for Success is?
Sure. Well, there's lots of information on the website, but briefly, it's an organization that is a nonprofit organization that Leah Sophia is aligned with, and it helps women who are struggling and getting back into the workforce and provide all the tools to do that. Leah Sophia donates hundreds and thousands of pieces of jewelry to Dress for Success as well as monetary. So a certain percentage of each sale goes right to Dress for Success. Okay? So GEMS has a new format, and it's great because it's got a lot of information and it's a little bit easier to read. So you want to invest in GEMS.
It's very professional looking.
Yes. And Fashion Flash, this is just a nice, slick piece that you can have on the table at your shows. Your mailing came with a sheet that has all the must-haves, so if you're kind of overwhelmed, you can use this as a template to help you decide what pieces that you want. Obviously, your stock list, just keep that with you at all times. And every month, if you're not reading facets, you're missing out once again on a lot of training. So you have to schedule time to actually read this from front to cover. I know, I get a lot of questions, when's the end of the fiscal month, when's this, when's that. You would have all that information if you read the facets. Okay? So you have to do your homework. Absolutely. All right, now a couple of action items. They're on the back of Look and Style, but I'm just going to go through them quickly. Update your personal website. Okay, that's your storefront. And I know that I click around on different people's websites sometimes, and there's stuff like come to Blingo in 1999. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Once again, write on your calendar the last day of each month, fiscal month. Write on your calendar, update the website. You need to go in and put in the new monthly sale and whatever else, so it's appropriate. So you want to make sure that you do that. Place a supply order if you need supplies. Go through your contact list. Who do you know that always complains at a show? There's no gold in the catalog. Call them up and say, I've been thinking about you because we have so much gold. Or who's complained, oh, I wish that you had charms. Now you can call them up, so excited that we have these great charms. Really have your customer base in mind as you're flipping through the catalog so you can really provide that real personalized customer service. Get your kit ready so we're not running around at the end of the month, pulling all the old stuff out. Have a game plan. Look at your calendar once again. Choose some web classes and really take the time to take those. Companies really provide a lot of training. For those of you that are newer, let me tell you, when we started, Carlene and I and Tracy and Jan, we had no online training. There was nothing. No videos, no web classes. So really take advantage of what's there for you. Also make sure that you're setting up your own catalog show. So if someone visits your website, if they want to place an order, you have to be set up as a hostess. All right? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you need to talk to your upline manager. All right? Because you're going to lose business if you're not always set up as a hostess. You have to do that every month so it cycles through correctly. And another action item is So I encourage everyone to pick a trend in a catalog and make a trend tray. And use that trend tray to feature at your August show. So maybe look at what trends you have the most jewelry of already, and then supplement it with some new pieces. And just focus on that trend. But let the customers at your show know, like Tracy said, my September shows, I'll be focusing on X, Y, Z. And I think people will, maybe be enough of a hook to say, oh, I want to know about that. Okay? And invest in your business. You have to invest the time. So I quickly came up with, you invest 30 minutes a week. Not just to go to your shows and do your hostess coaching calls, but to educate yourself, to be the expert. That 30 minutes could be going through your closet and putting together some outfits that are professional, sassy outfits that you can, walk out the door and look nice. Or take the time to update everything, make sure you have all your labels. So you're ready to go and you're not fumbling around. And if you only have $30 to spend to update your business, get two packs of catalogs, covers, the plastic covers, the Live the Dream, a pack of the new postcards, and 2 packs of the little
Flyers.
mini catalogs.
Oh my
It's $30 investment plus your shipping, and you're really ready to be up and running. Okay, so